Alright, let's try that again. No, we are coming through now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tabletop Obscura presents Let's Build a Superdungeon. How are we all today? I should say happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate it. Us here in Australia do not. That's fine, I'm not gonna hold it against you. But how are we all? Are we good? Feeling great? Feeling nice? Don't mind me. Alright. So I've just been doing a lot of writing recently, and I do want to start off this stream by first up kind of just straight up apologizing for missing last week's stream. I didn't intend for that, but I have been very busy, working very hard on a bunch of different things, which hopefully you will start to see coming out very soon. Now, as for this, as much as I like the Chepeku maps, eventually I'm going to have my own for Miranda Bay in Hoist the Colors. So I've started work on this, and I figured at least for the first little while we're kind of just warming up and stretching out proverbial legs and stuff like that, that I'd do just a little bit more work on it. And if people wanted to ask me anything, they absolutely could. Well, within reason, of course. Nope, I wanted the popping tool. I'm good, Dinzad, thank you. Not quite what I meant, but I do appreciate it. Where is my trail? Not a blood trail, I need a dirt trail. Wagon trail, there we go. Yeah. The remaster rush. For all the confusion that people are currently experiencing in the Pathfinder 2 community, just understand that it's double and perhaps triple for us in the third-party publishing community. It feels like we have worked it out for now. But for those who are not aware, they keep talking about how there is the OGL and the ORC. There is, in fact, 4 licenses. There's that kind of affect what we do in the third-party community. There's the OGL, which you all know about. There's the Orc, which everyone else knows about, which is for the remaster. Then there is the Pathfinder Infinite license, which is what people on Pathfinder Infinite use to publish resources and other things that are affected by, that are more stringent and more part of Paizo's creative licensing. And finally, there's the PCL, which is the Pathfinder Compatibility License, which is what third-party people use to write content for the system, but not necessarily the world. And the PCL is what creators like us over at Sinclair's use for things like the Almanac and the Codex. That's all done using the PCL. The actual wording for the PCL hasn't been updated since 2019, and the publicly known allowed list of books you can use and reference hasn't been updated since 2021. So that is kind of part of where we're at the moment. We have been informed that there's going to be a new PCL by the start of next year, but we understand how busy Paizo is at the moment, so we're not holding our breath. I'm willing to give him a little bit of grace considering everything that's going on at the moment. We want that. I want to change it to like screen. Under. So if you are seeing creators in the Pathfinder community still publishing stuff under the OGL for a little while, that's pretty much why. In particular with the Pathfinder Infinite license, you can't publish using the ORC yet. Because unfortunately these things take time, and it's just not something that happens overnight, unfortunately. Kind of wish it did, but so delightfully stimulating legal. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Paizo were kind enough to do a stream, I think last week, I want to say last Friday, as part of their Paizo Live, where they answered as much questions as they could. But yeah, it's very much a case of it's a lot of legal lore. Hello, Squeaky Tiona. I hope I pronounced that right. How are you? And welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm currently just doing some work for my pirate campaign, just filling out some of the buildings and everything else. Yeah, I don't stream too much in the mornings here in Australia, but I feel like I should more often. I'm considering running a Pathfinder 2 game in the morning, but I'm not 100% sure as yet because I've done it before and it was somewhat exhausting. But it has been a while, and things might have changed. There we go. No, I want to select... Oh, you're just gonna be annoying like that, aren't you? But yeah, that's currently what we're doing here. And I'm just kind of going through the details and starting to fill out things like the town and the city with all the wagons, etc. Though now that people are starting to get here, I should probably switch over to the actual building of the Superdungeon. Oh, that said, while I'm doing the map making and stuff like that, if you have any questions about Pathfinder 2, or anything else in general, feel free to ask. Yeah, no, I think that's done for now. Alright. Where's a good place to contact me? Honestly, probably Discord. Made of light. That's right, because we were screwing around with the actual proper lights. Discord's probably the best place to find me. Let's see if the link still works. That's if you want to join the server, of course. You can ask questions there. Or if you want to ask questions now, I'm happy to answer them. But for those who are just joining us for Let's Build a Super Dungeon, we're going to go over the rules just quickly. So, Let's Build a Super Dungeon, my whole idea is to build dungeon rooms that fit on a A4 sheet of paper. So you can ideally just print and play them. The idea here is that I want to express the fact that you can get a lot of depth and a lot of creativity even out of what are considered to be small spaces. And more to the point, if you are playing games in the real world with like an actual table and stuff, ideally you could just print these out and put them down on the table and they're good to go. That's the plan, or at least that's the idea. Now, we are actually most of the way through our 5th floor, which has been like a colorful dungeon-esque thing. I'm trying to remind myself of everything, because it has been a little while. Views beneath the pit in the flower garden, white pillars. Doors. Ah, that's right. Alright, let's go. Go stone. Wait, that doesn't look right. Walls were right, floor was wrong. Nope, still wrong. There we go, much better. At least I think that's right. It's all good, it's fine, let's move on. But no, otherwise, as I said at the start of the stream, I've been working on a lot of things. Not quite allowed to make an official announcement or have any official dates put down on it, but the almanac is like less than a week away from being released. The 1.0 version of it. So that has absolutely been a thing that has taken over my brain space. Actually, I wonder if we can't do something trippy. What's that? Matt's gonna do something trippy? Shock. Hey, let's do this the hard way. I love doing things the hard way. What I should have done is actually layered this properly, but you know, I didn't think of that. It is very exciting. Also, a wee bit anxious. But I'd like to think I'm a little bit justified in that anxiety. Just a wee bit. You know what? Why don't I just... do the smart thing. Extend this out. That'd be why. That's fine though. We're just gonna use layer 2. Because I'm just putting it over the top of the same one over and over again. Cool. There we go. Hello, Lucutos. Thank you for the lurk. I can do words. I ended up picking up the PDF early. It's a nice product already. Oh yeah. We've been doing a lot of work to clean up the layout as well. For the 1.0 release, it's gonna be a lot cleaner. I'm still floored by the amount of art we got for it. We're gonna put in a door, but it's gonna be a false door. Actually, no. Screw the symmetry. It's alright. Rooms have purpose, rooms have reason. So, we're gonna make this. A nice little firm room. And joined. Welcome. I will be jumping into it a little bit more probably after the stream. But yeah, if you're in the Discord, you can ask questions there at pretty much any time. Someone's gonna answer you. That someone may very well be me. And that's... I feel sorry for the Tylers who had to go through and do all this. Would have been so annoying. Well, like I was saying, I'm considering running an American time zone game in the future, probably in the new year at this point. I'm just kind of waiting to see what shakes out with things like new premium modules and how my work's going. And then we're gonna start doing the vines. Oh, speaking of, I need to get better at this kind of thing. I was recently asked to help out on a Pathfinder Infinite product. So if you ever wanted to play as a full Ifrit, not just a versatile heritage one, I came in pretty late on the project as kind of a just to give it the once over and stuff like that, but they were happy enough with the work I put in while I was there that they want to do all the genie ancestries. So it's looking very much like I'm going to be helping out a little bit more with the rest of them as well. They want to do all the elements, so all 6 of them. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's always nice to work with other designers. So yeah, keep an eye on that, because we're gonna do like the metal genies and the wood ones, and I'm really looking forward to it. And to answer the inevitable question, we are considering a Foundry module, but probably not until all the ancestors are out, and then we'll probably just bundle it all up and do it as the singular module. The backstory toolbox. Yeah, look, Grady and Micah did 90% of the writing for it, and they really did some great work with it. It's nice to have some insight into the possible characters beyond Fire Person. Fire Person, good. Some of the heritage options that they wrote up for it as well were also, I thought, exceptionally interesting. And for GMs, if they could really dig into it, would be a lot of fun. Yeah, as for what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of layering out the walls so they look a bit prettier. See, just a couple of the vine details across the top really makes it pop. Now, layer 1, light tool. We're going to shrink that light down a bit because I want it to be perfect. All right. Now, what else do I actually want to do with this? Is there more to be done with it? I mean, that is the big question, isn't it? Always is. Right now, I'm still learning to be familiar with the character sheet. Thankfully, I've built one out before, but I feel like a couple more tries will help me be more confident reading them. Yeah. There's a little bit more that needs to be kind of... Like, there's not a lot of changes with the remaster. When it really comes down to it, it's mostly just been language changes. I do need some stone details, so let's just go through here, turn the snap back on. When I started getting into learning it, the remaster had been announced, so I never saw the old sheet. That's so good. Most people use tools like Path Builder anyway, so you don't need to worry about it too much. But it is helpful. I always find as a GM when I'm learning a new system, try to build at least 3 characters. Gives you a good idea of how it should play out. And how an actual character looks. God. See, I'm not sure what else to do with this room. Used Fantasy Grounds. Eh. Look, as much as I'm a supporter of Pathfinder 2e, 5e's fine. Like I know something's missing. I can feel it. You know what? Let's look for benches. Is the mechanics that I want to build strength in? Well, so the thing to remember, particularly with Pathfinder 2nd Edition, is that the mechanics look scary, but once you have a good grasp on them, it kind of the difficulty of running this system just plateaus out, like very quickly. Holding cord around the edges. You know what? Statue. Yes. Okay, I'm a lot more satisfied with this now. But yeah, the learning difficulty for Pathfinder 2nd Edition is a little bit steeper than 5e's, but once you've got it, it just plateaus out immediately. Because the mechanics are consistent throughout your level 1 to 20 experience. So, as my understanding is, once you get past like level 7 in 5e, it starts to get very unwieldy, and it becomes harder to actually homebrew adventures and stuff like that, or even to gauge how difficult an encounter is and how to change the monsters so it's a challenge for the PCs. And it becomes so untenable at level 12 that even Larian was like, yeah, no, we're not making this game to go over level 12. And that was Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, degrees of success, 3 action turns, and yeah, hand economy is something that sneaks up on people, shall we say. But the hand economy stuff has been minimized a little bit in the remaster. You know what? I need some rubble. That's what I need. I keep telling myself I'm gonna use less rubble. But I just keep on coming back to it. The other one to note as a Pathfinder 2 GM, the thing that will save your bacon every single time, is the difficulty cost by level chart. If you have that nearby, you're gravy. Also, I don't know when I started saying, you know, it's gravy, but it's just kind of fallen back into my lexicon, and I have no idea where it came from. Turn shadows back on. Most of my experience as a player in the TTRPG table was homebrew. My DM loves his homebrew because it's pretty easy to get the hang of. It made 5e and 2e rather intimidating first, but having friends who are much more well-versed had been so fulfilling. I just wish I could get a chance to play a 2e game. At the moment, my chances are slim. At the moment, particularly with Pathfinder 2, it's a case of there's not enough GMs to go around. Like, it's one of the things I'm seeing a lot in servers. Especially good GMs. Yeah, I don't know. I think the rope's kind of done. I kind of don't want to overdo it. You know what? We should do the smart thing, though. What room is this? That's how I started GMing. My friends were a 5e group, and I realized the quickest way to get 2e games and was running it for them. That's, yeah. Well, how was your experience becoming a GM for Pathfinder 2, Ninzad? We're gonna save, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the smart thing. Relatively painless, but leaning a lot on Boundary and Nephis. It's fine. What do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. You know what? I think this could be our last low encounter room. We're gonna make it a... Yeah, we're gonna make it a hazard room. There's a PFS group my friends are in, and they're trying to see if I can eventually be fitted in. There are just some hurdles to overcome. Yeah, no, schedules will do a lot of it. PFS is actually really good. Even if you can find an online game for it. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with that. Alright, let's export. Doing that thing, doing that. The level scaling structure of the game has made it easy to put stuff together in 2E. Yeah. And then PNG. Let's actually load up our Superdungeon. Start the migration. It's one of the things I notice more and more is that GMs really love Pathfinder 2 because it's on the back end of things. It's a lot easier to run. What's the stream? I've had a little bit of scuff. Yes, update. Now we're going to... they've changed things around. Where is it? I will sort these one day, I swear it. Switch to light. Square that up. And then we go transition to darkness. And just so I have an idea of how this is actually looking on the PC side of things. Okay, that's kind of fine. And turn on your torch, little buddy. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. But yeah, the idea of this room, from my own conscious effort, would be something along the lines of a hazard room, holding court with the ruler, whoever they may be. And the party being judged for their actions, and whether they should be attacked or not. But while we're here in Foundry, because you're a big bad for this one, aren't you? We've had a fetch fish or brood swarm in one of the earlier rooms. I think it's time to bring them back. So, let's go back to Dungeon Draft. To there. Hello. We're gonna swap these around so it's actually longer. Design, building, that. And that. Put our doors in. Change the color on the floor tile. I want something a little bit more orange. Oh no, the pattern's off. Okay, let's work from the center. Yeah, okay, I can work with that. And then we go to the objects. I gotta remember that it's a base 11, so the middle of the room is going to be 3. There we go. And above roofs, let's get a start on them vines. I'm trying to think if there's any other advice for new GMs that I would give. If you're doing it virtually, go with Foundry. And that's not just because I personally prefer Foundry to any of the other VTTs. It's just because the Foundry support for PF2 is just so phenomenal. Yeah, kind of like the other room, I don't really want this to overstay its welcome. Boundary is so good, I'm not sure how well I'd function without it. I am continuously impressed by my PFS GM. who manages to put up with all the bullshit I pull as a Pathfinder wizard, and that he can still keep everything straight. Like, for my own sake, I keep some of the spells not that complicated. But just keeping everything straight, it's impressive. He has a initiative tracker thing, which does a lot of the heavy lifting for him, because it's dry erase, so he can just kind of make notes as he goes, especially when it comes to initiative and stuff like that. But I have a friend who started running Abomination Vaults. And instead of like doing out the physical sheet, he actually figured out how to do the whole TV built into your table setup. So he could still use Foundry for it. For like the tac maps and everything else like that. One day I'll have one of those tables. One day. Honestly, if we could get an Australian company that does those kind of accessories, like the big gaming tables and the like coffee tables and things like that, like an Australian company that does it, I think they'd make a fair bit. I think we had one for a little while, but then things did not go well. Now, in particular, I didn't want to do any extra light sources for in here. And I have a reason for that. Yeah, no, I think this one's good. All right. And this room's gonna be called Last Ray of Light. PNG. And back to Foundry. Also, the module support for Foundry is insane. Some of the stuff you can pull off with it, it's just... Now, I need to check up a thing. Because we need to see what a balanced encounter. 2 of the blighters. Well, that's nice and easy. Yeah, I just need to check out something. Greater dark vision, shifting mass. It is a bunch of babies. With the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale going on drive-thru, do you have any interesting game suggestions? You mean outside of Pathfinder 2? There is no games outside of Pathfinder 2. No, I'm joking. Depends what you're after, George. Like, what's your flavor of the day? These boys are gonna be stealthed. Like, what genre are you feeling? Or are you after something that'll kind of stretch your understanding of the hobby in general? See, this is kind of fine as is. See, the selling for this particular room when it comes to the players is as they would enter, because as the precedence that's been set throughout the temple is that for the lighting they use light wells, so holes in the ceiling. But for this room in particular, I'm going to go to the effort of saying, hey, so those light wells have been sealed up by some sort of inky blackness. And that will be sourced by this lot. I do like me a Shadow Swarm. Also, I gotta say, the remaster's only been out like a little bit over a week, and I keep forgetting that alignment used to be here. That. But yeah, otherwise than that, it'd be a case of the players would be getting stalked. Let's go with one suggestion for adventuring. Classic definition, not module focused game, or one that will stretch the understanding of the hobby. Something for adventuring. If you haven't gotten around it yet, Ryotama. It's an indie system that came out from, I believe, a Japanese developer. I'm not 100% sure about it. Oh, but that one's gonna also stretch your understanding of the hobby. Because what Ryotama does that's a little bit different to other systems that I've seen is that it treats the GM as a player. And like that floor's done. That room's done. There we go. It treats the GM as a player. What do I mean by that is that the GM levels up along with the players. And as the GM levels up, they get new abilities as well. How's the sound levels? Still good. Awesome. Alright. I think it's time for our last room. Do I want longer? I do. Actually, well, I'm gonna go to drive-through. Because I know you can get Ryotama already. is that? Oh, that's the Espanol version. Well. That's... There we go. Alright. Oh, nope, you found it before I did. There you go. That one's interesting, and if you're really trying to stretch your understanding of what can be done in a system, particularly with a very light rule set, what do we want? I know who we want. We want... We're gonna go Rune, and we're gonna go Nova. This first one, Rune, is by Gila Games. It is a solo RPG designed to kind of feel like Dark Souls. Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring. It's supposed to give that kind of vibe for it. And how they handle a lot of the soloing mechanics for it is exceptionally well done. The other one is by the same developer. And Nova is very much an experiment in having a looter shooter RPG, but a lightweight one. The book itself is only like 50 pages or something, but it gets a lot done in the brief time that it has. It's on my list of systems to run in the future, but time being what it is. You outside. I'm not sure if they have like Black Friday sales or stuff like that on at the moment. But I will say Rune's one of those ones that is on my wish list of products to actually develop for. None of them are on sale? Damn. Nope, I need to bring that over one. Oh, look at that. That's actually looking real pretty. Now we technically have to move it down by 2. Fuck. That's easy done, though. I've been eyeing Rune for some time now, so I might pick that up. It's good. I actually need to... I need to set aside some me time. And I need to play through an entire island of Rune. It's one of those things that I've considered running on stream, but there's no VTT support for it as yet, so it's just kind of hard to do it. Now, objects. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Just grab a GoPro and GoPro with it. So funnily enough, I have actually considered that. Unfortunately, you also have to do a lot of writing with it, and my writing is kind of terrible. I'm gonna go fire. And I did actually have a thing on my throne for it. A kind of plywood balsa wood dungeon set, and my whole idea with it was to use it for Rune. Alright, that's a centerpiece kind of done. Actually, a couple pillars though. Oh, I like this. For anyone who's wondering, this is Michael Gelfi that's playing at the moment. Now we're looking at a nesting situation. These floor tiles are creating optical illusions on me. Well, I should ask the question, is it like an eye hurt thing? Like, are they causing your eyes to hurt? I can see the bends in reality, yeah. It just looks like waves? Yeah. So, there is a optical trick that you can do if you want to draw someone's eyes to a specific point on a map. Create things wider on the outside and then just kind of shrink it inwards. You know, while we're here, let's just start doing fights. I'm thinking of things. want to go above the walls. There we go. I'm just gonna thicken that up a little bit. Because what I eventually want to do with this room, and for anyone who's watched Hoist the Colors recently or is up to date with it, although I've been screwing around with environmental hazards that actually impact the battle, and I'll be the first to admit it, I kind of overdid it with the most recent one. Though mostly the idea was that it was just, there was too much of it. Like, there was too much of a room to navigate around. And it's like, you know what, that's a fair call. I'll take that one on the chin. Are you thinking of the Flame Man in a bubble fight? I am thinking of that one. Oh wait, I need to put the snap back on. What happened? Ah. Click, click. Send it back. There we go. Thank you. Had me nervous for a second there. Alcat's Pathfinder game soundtrack. This one's from Kingmaker, right? Oh, it has switched over. We want to keep this on Michael Gelthy. Otherwise, I'm going to get copyright struck. Alright. I thought it was neat, but perhaps it would be good if there was an alternative to magically disable it, just in case the party can't actually accommodate that. Well... Oh god, that's actually doing the same illusion thing on me as well. One of the things I did actually do for that encounter, and this is in the notes, but it wasn't immediately obvious to players, is there was a lot of different skills they could actually use. Pretty much anything magical that they had access to could be used to disable the trap. And if that didn't work, they could also use Thievery. So hopefully, I will know that it's becoming hard to focus on. Yeah, it's becoming a little bit much, isn't it? Oh, I don't want to have to abandon it though, because the idea is trippy as hell. Yeah. With tokens probably won't be as much of an issue. Also, if you once the room is darkened and everything. Yeah, actually, let's have a look and see how that works out. That we want a floor tool, edit points. I feel like that's a little bit more manageable. And then we go to square. Actually, no, I still want to edit the points. I just want to edit this one. This feels a lot easier to look at. What does everyone in Chatland think? Then I can do these ones. Yes, I'll just send it to the back. And there. How's that? Looking a bit better? Easier to take in with the eyes? Awesome, that's what we want. Also, with less of it, the rest of the room actually works a bit better. Now, Here's a layer 2. No, because that'll block the light. I know what I'm looking for. That. Oh, much better. Now we're gonna grab a couple of benches. Now, why do I use benches so often? Because places like this were used and lived in, and people need places to sit. Light of that though. Just so it actually fits the proper shape. I deleted the wrong ones, that's fine, they can be replaced. That. Nope, not terrain object. Back to the pillars. All right. Let's get our benches back. Give us a sense of symmetry. Because remember, when performing rituals, especially all-day rituals, it's important to get rest. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Exactly. That's the last thing any cult needs. Otherwise, I think this room is done. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it's a move action between the two of them. It's 2 move actions. That's a fair distance. But okay, no, that should be fine. So one of the things, particularly after the boss battle I had with the flaming guy in the bubble, is to keep a good idea of how many move actions it actually takes to get between 2 points that need to be done. But for this fight in particular, I would be allowing things like flaming arrows and tossing your torches. I've found that if you perform more rituals, management doesn't really care about the cultists' lives. The ones who collapse are just the sacrifices for the next ritual. Hi! Well... when there's logic, there's logic. Let's save room 10. A brand new day. Export, export. Then PNG, export. All right. Then we jump back to Foundry. And we instantly darken it. Alright. Now, as for what we're doing here, because a part of this whole dungeon floor was messing around with light and things like that. We're gonna create our campfire. Light animations. Copy. I wonder if I can do... I'm going to screw around with the lights for just a little bit. If we set that down to like... Oh, perfect. Okay. No, none of you. You move in. Oh, that could actually work. All right. Right, 20. Light animation, pulsing waves. We're going to turn down the intensity on that. Real low. Much better. Might actually change the light color on this to something a little bit more. Turn down the color intensity. That's a bit better. All right. Now, follow me here on this concept. Also, I just want to point out, every now and again I talk about how you can use VTTs to elevate your role-playing experience. And this is one of the ways in which you can do it, that you just can't quite get at a table. Dim 125, and then burst that out to 45. Turn the color intensity down right low, because I want to see how it looks. Maybe ramp it up just a tad. There we go. All right. So, for this particular room or area, this is how the room will be starting. Cast in darkness. And they're going to be going up against one of these guys. Look at him. Isn't he cute? I loves him. Now, one of the things to remember about this guy, not only is he level 7, or he's creature level 7, but he also has Shadow Step. So as long as the lights are off, he has a 60-foot move speed. Because this is single action, doesn't have flourish. So as long as the lights are off, just 60 feet of movement for one action. Now, also with that, there was another thing. No, just the light blindness. Also keep in mind, while he is in darkness, he has concealment, which means people are just going to have a flat chance to miss him every single time. The light blindness kind of sucks, so this goes both ways. Now, for this particular encounter, I would give him some level of resistance or invulnerability from a hazard here. So resistance to all damage, 10 or something appropriate for the level. I think 10 is about right for here. But as the players start to turn on the lights, not only will it restrict our big bad's movements, because they can only shadow step into areas of dim light, so only on the outskirts here, but it also means that the light blindness will cause them to be weakened slightly. Now, the idea here is that the turn after any of these campfires are turned on, I will also turn on. And once all 4 are done, the center of the room will activate, and effectively, once the portal, the altar, the miniature sun in the middle has been activated, he goes bye-bye. Like, that is the fastest and easiest way to win the encounter, if you can get around to all the 4 campfires in time. But like I said before, I would allow, and I would have this in the encounter notes, have something along the lines of, yes, they can light the campfires using, or they can light the braziers using fire arrows or alchemist fire or what have you. Hell, if they have a fire, anything with a fire trait, they can light them. But I would also have for the GM notes that our boy here can also disable the campfires. He'll have some way just to snuff them out. He'll have to be adjacent to do that and do an attack action off the top of my head, so it'll be a case of the first attack will be on the brazier and then on the players themselves. Otherwise, relatively simple, but also still somewhat complex, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does. Now, that's floor 5 done. Everyone? That's our 5th floor done. And I'm not sure if I actually want to start on the next floor quite yet, or if I want to leave it for next week. So, Ninja, Jaraj, is there anything particular you want me to go through? That's... Switch back to Dungeon Draft now, anyway. I did like how this turned out, though. I'm really glad I shrunk down the orange sections. Made it look so much better. Draw to the center, but not overwhelming. Boop. Nothing really glowing at you? Yeah, that's fine. See, I would go through... Like, I'd go through some of the stuff from 0.9, but both of you have it already. So I'm not sure if there's anything more I could really say about it. Like Sinclair's Almanac 0.9. Sorry, I should be a little bit more specific than that. What we want, we do need a pub. You know what? Flip. There we go. Where's my sand? Nope. We got that. Eventually, I actually want to take the players through here for the entire market town area. But yeah, I'm probably just going to do this for the next half an hour. Stuff like that. I knew tonight was probably going to be a little bit quiet, just with everything going on. You know, with Thanksgiving, etc. See, my idea here for the bushes is a lot of the horticulture around here is going to be a case of there was an attempt. Like, you can tell they tried, but did not go so well. Shift you around, long one. Beautiful. What comes up from bar? Barrels mostly. Bar table. That'll be our access points for the bar. Now, I know it does seem pretty weird having tables and chairs and things kind of submit to a grid, but it gives the players context for where the 5-foot squares are. And it's always important to understand that when your players go to a bar, there might be a bar fight. Smaller one. You're aware? I feel like there's a story there. I must admit, I haven't done too many. Might be a bar fight. Sure, look, bar fights are not guaranteed. There's a good chance of a bar fight, but they might not happen. Yesterday, one of my players accidentally stabbed a town guard over a financial disagreement. I mean, I can't say that, can I? No, I can't. Can't say that on stream. I'm just saying, there are some Rage Against the Machine songs that are very accurate and should be kept in mind. We want under. Just setting up some tables and chairs before I start putting in the windows. This is actually coming together a lot better than I thought it would. New game tricking Matt saying things he shouldn't say on stream. It's not that difficult. I do actually have to be a bit more careful about it though, because I was in a stream the other day. People were talking like they were introduced, like going through Pathfinder 2 and introducing themselves, and I popped into chat and was just like, hey, hi everyone. And yeah, they actually recognized my name, and it was like, oh god, okay. I think I need to start being a lot more careful about what I say online. I always have been, because I know how the internet works, but it's just like, oh okay, that's awesome. There's a reason that particular emote is not in Discord. There you are. No, we want wood. We don't want... There we go. Much smoother. There we go. Hello, are you making some map for your game? Yes. As for the instrument, if you're talking and that's going on in the background, I think that's a combination of pan flute, some sort of brass instrument, and a choir. Imposter syndrome, but it makes you think people don't notice you. Look, I'm Australian. I'm used to being ignored. And when I'm actually perceived, it's kind of weird. What I used to create Mac. Dungeon Draft. Dungeon Draft is a paid program. This is drum and rage. I'll erase your drums. This is your first time seeing it? Let me grab the link for you. And that. And that. I've been a GM since 2017, but this is the first time seeing this. This is crazy cool. It's a super lightweight, super easy map building thing. I really like it. There are more powerful tools out there. Dungeon Alchemist, for instance. There's also Arkenforge, which is really good. But yeah, like Reggie Barra says, it's $20 USD. It's DRM free, and it's provided through Humble Bundle. Does it help a good cause? Not so sure, but I get more use out of this than I do most other map making programs. The program is not free now. Like I said, it's $20 USD, but it is DRM free and all that other fun stuff. Sorry. Buttles, no. I'm gonna need barrels, I know that much. You won't be able to pay for it from Russia? Ah. Pretty sure it accepts PayPal? Yeah, you can check out with PayPal. So I'm not sure if that helps, or if it's just the financial thing. Banned from PayPal? God. That sucks. Let's turn the snap back on. And we want to go over. No Steam, no PS Store, no Epic Games, nothing, all because of sanctions, yeah. That's a little too... Well, I don't want to get too much into politics here, but I do wish you the best of luck with all that, because I cannot imagine how bad it all is. Oh, you're fine. I just know what Twitch does to streams that do a little bit too much politics. I have been warned in the past, unfortunately. We're after... that. I'm trying to think if there's any map making software you can use that's online. Wait, I might have some help for you. Oh no, I'm not gonna ban you, bud. You're good. I can't use Incarnate. I can't use Incarnate because I'm hoping at some point that a lot of these maps will be actual retail products. But Incarnate has a free version. It's all online. And I do recommend it. I used to use it for all my, like, region maps and stuff like that. You're fine. Why do you go? Why should it go over? Have I been going on user layer 2? I try to be a nice person. More to the point, I try to... I didn't. I did too. Oh great, I need to move the bar back. Because that's currently above walls, and that's not acceptable. There we go. Yeah, no, you're fine, bud. Take the stamp off. I am about to finish up the stream soon, but that's because I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, and that's... My name, you can call me Matt, or you can call me Obscura, I don't care which. Obscura tends to be a little bit easier. Just because in this industry, there are so many Matts. Rink? Matt or Obscura, or Matthew. The little PNG tuber in the bottom right hand corner is Deaton. Leo or Lev? What is it? 6? No. That one. There we go. Thank you for the redeem, though. There are too many mats in the world. They need to be culled. I'm sorry, what? What do I want? I want a rug? No, I want a carpet. Ah, okay. I used to know a guy in high school. His name was Petra. Like PTR, if I remember right. But it was like, yeah, the English version of it is Peter, but... I believe that's how it was spelled. I'm not 100% sure though, because high school was way too long ago. An amount of time that the streamer does not want to admit to. We're gonna turn off the shadows. That looks better, or that looks like I think it was. But yeah, I had a lot of respect for him. There were a couple of teachers who wanted to just call him Peter, and he was like, no, that's not my name. To the front, kind of make things look a little bit disjointed. Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, if you're looking for good map making software that you don't really have to pay for, I do recommend Incarnate. And we're gonna do a slight bowl. Some guys in USA naming line. I mean, Leo does mean lion. Like roller. That. We want to actually, let's get a small barrel. Nope, you're way too big. It's really translated like a line? Yeah. Some things are consistent all around the world. More beer. Beer, lager. I should have had the shadows on for that. That's fine. That's all good. Well, that's actually some progress on the bar. I'm really happy with that. Put some windows in. Where's the fighting pit in this bar? Nah, fighting pit's not here. This is for a pirate town. So they don't need to fight. Like, they don't need to hide their fighting pits. I'm considering maybe here for a pit fighting arena. I'm not sure yet. But I've still got to build in the stores and a couple of other things. But we're progressing really well with this. All that said, let's find someone to raid. I mean, Dead Aussie Gamers doing stuff. Yeah, right. Let's raid Dag. I think it's been a while since we've raided him. But thank you everyone for being here today. I wasn't actually expecting as many people as we've had. to be completely honest. Being Thanksgiving in the States and everything else like that. Dead Aussie Gamer. So we're gonna raid into Dag. He's currently playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition Extinction Curse. He's getting through it. I believe he plays on Fantasy Grounds. So if you're wanting to have another look at a different VTT, he's a really good streamer to watch. He also won some awards this year for his Pathfinder GMing. So definitely check him out. Otherwise, it makes me wish I jumped on playing Hoist the Colors. I mean, I am doing some good maps, and it's not always the same like gray underneath the dungeon style of things. All that said, thank you for joining me today. We will be back tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time for Hoist the Colors, my homebrew pirate game for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It was a TTRPG award, and the category was Best Pathfinder GM. Otherwise, check out all my stuff on all the socials and everything else like that. Nightbot posted it up a little bit further up, so I don't really need to. Otherwise, I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good week, no matter where you are in the world. Be sure to tell Dag who sent you. Otherwise, remember, as always, we are the storytellers. Good night, everyone.